And we have an official upset alert complete. Zeynep Sönmez from Turkey saves a butterfly. That's right, Naomi Osaka vibes here in Mexico. And this video is brought to you courtesy of the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing. And we're also covered under the Digital Millennium Act. Now listen, Ann Lee is a junior slam runner-up. That's right, that 2017 Wimbledon champion. She would lose to her good friend Claire Liu, but making another deep run here in a WTA 250. She actually made the championship match after taking out Jill Teichmann, Nuria Diaz, and she would only drop one set, and that was earlier today due to the rain delay to Polina Kunamatova, now taking on Zeynep, who's had an extremely long week, but Ann Lee the favorite here. But listen, guys, we saw right away that the luck, the magic was with Zeynep as she saves a butterfly. No, don't kill it. Let's just move it out of the way, Naomi Osaka vibes. And if you didn't get the message right there, ladies and gentlemen, you will now get it after this match as Zeynep just brought out the rockets, the heat-seeking missiles. And for those of you not familiar with Zeynep, listen, I've covered her matches. She came into this tournament ranked 127th on the World Tour, but she's been knocking on the door for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. We saw her make the third round of the Australian Open to start this season off. That's right, taking out Olga Denlovic before losing to Lulu Sunfull in a third round. Brisbane, though, we saw her make the main draw, taking out Heather Watson. Sasnovich before an epic battle with Clara Buell. But listen, guys, we saw her take out Elizabeta in Dubai. She actually went deep in the French Open draw, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. She made it before taking on Emma Navarro in the first round. Listen, she made the Parma quarterfinal, where we saw her take out Lucia Bronzetti. St. Malo, she had another showdown with Claire Buell, where she made it to the round of 16. Wimbledon, she made it to the third round of qualifiers. The U.S. Open, she made it to the third round of qualifiers before taking out Dalma Galfi and Jill Teichmann, ladies and gentlemen. But what about Berlin, where she actually went deep in the draw there? She took out Diana Yastremska. She took out Aranza Rus, who had an epic battle with Victoria Golubic. And she took out Emma Betkas. That set up a showdown with Vika, ladies and gentlemen. But what about Monastir, where she made it to the quarterfinal? She took out Greek Minin, Rebecca Masarova. And what about Tokyo? Let's not forget, she made it to the round of 16 where she beat Magdalena Frech, ladies and gentlemen. But let's take a look at this draw in Mexico where she took out the number 3 seed to get things started, Carly, ladies and gentlemen. She had an epic showdown with Elsa Jackmont, great server, a lot of power on that forehand. She took out the number 1 seed, Renata Zarazoa, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And the 2-time junior slam champion Elena Korneva, as high as a 4-1 favorite in this match against Ann Lee, a 2-1 underdog. And you knew right away, as I said how this match would go, I predicted it. I said, listen, if I were coaching Zeynep, I would tell her straightforward, just get balls back. You don't need to do anything special. Get balls back. Keep the balls in play. If it's there, step up and take it. If it's not there, I just want you playing safe tennis. Why? Because Ann Lee, she's much like a Camilla Giorgi. She's like a younger Diana Yastremska, right? A lot of power, but if you just continue to make her make shots, she's going to make mistakes. Very simple game plan here. That two-handed backhand down the line was there. Her net play, her athletic ability. Zeynep, and look, I watch enough tennis. You guys know, over 6,000 videos on YouTube. I watch tennis all day long. It's for the sport. We don't do this for likes, views, or money. But when I tell you someone's a great shot maker and you need to watch out for someone, that's exactly what I mean. And Zeynep is going to be here for a while. She entered this tournament ranked 127th. She's going to be somewhere in the 80 ranked on the World Tour, somewhere 85, 86. I don't know, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that. But she will have a spot, a guaranteed spot at the French Open, ladies and gentlemen. She's in the draw. She's going to have to qualify for the Australian Open, but I don't think she'll have a problem earlier this year. She made it to the third round of qualifiers before losing it to Lulu. After the first set, you can see that the momentum was swinging the way of Zeynep, as she was literally just forcing Ann Lee to beat her with the forehand, and that was pretty tough. Strategic, very smart, but tough on the part of Ann Lee, as she just made so many mistakes here. If you take a look there, the unforced errors. Now, listen, guys, 19-14, 5 more. If you take a look there at the winners, Zeynep wasn't really aggressive. She did have 5 double faults. Even though she won the first set, she still gave away a service game. But again, not too aggressive. You don't have to be aggressive when you're facing Ann Lee. The second set, Zeynep would get the break to start, and she would not look back. Put some ice on her. She's called for the physio several times this week, and it's been a grueling week, guys. She's played 100 service games of tennis. Literally, that's, I don't know, like 16 service games a day. 6 days here in Mexico, and she gets the biggest win of her career. That's right, guys. Her first ever semifinal on the main tour. Her first ever WTA 250 championship. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, Isla Tomljanovic was in this draw. She's in her 30s. She has not won a WTA championship. Give this young lady her flowers. An amazing job here. The crowd was going crazy. And this is why, as we pivot to Coco, don't take someone like Coco Gauff for granted, okay, guys? There's no one in Saudi Arabia with more accolades as a teenager than Coco. Coco, by 20 years old, she made it to 4 Grand Slam championships. That's right, guys. 4 Grand Slam championships. She made the French Open doubles slam, right, in 22, along with Pegula. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, in the doubles competition. She also made the singles draw, where she took on Iga Swiatek. She made the French Open doubles final again this year with Katerina Siniakova. And don't forget the 23 U.S. Open. She won that. That's 4 slam appearances at the age of, by the age of 21. I mean, she's 20. She made 4 Grand Slam final appearances, 20 years old, 3 coming before 20 years old, 7 championships coming before 20. No other player in Saudi Arabia has accomplished that. And take a look at Sönmez. An amazing resume so far. She's just getting things started at 22. And look, she didn't have this great long ITF or junior career. She is learning on the job, and I'm telling you guys, she's coached well. She's a disciplined player. She's a good shot maker. I can see that she's working hard in the gym, and the results show. As she defeats Ann Lee, take a bow, young lady. Congratulations. An amazing week here in Mexico. And this is the last WTA 250 of the season. Congratulations. What a way to go out on top. She's going to be ranked somewhere in the 80th, I'd probably say around 85th. Again, don't quote me on that. She's going to have the opportunities next year to not have to qualify at the French Open. She should be good for Wimbledon as well. And you're going to see a lot more of her. Now, I will do a list of teen prospects, again, to watch out for. I'll do a list of my top 10 Americans. But I'm going to also do a list of players to watch out for in the upcoming season. I'm going to tell you right now, Zeynep Sönmez is going to be on that list. She's amazing. I love what I see with the backhand down the line. I love how she covers the net and defends, and I love how she just continues to get balls back. She's very athletic. She's fast, and she's got good decision-making. She doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and this is a difference, really, when you're watching the ITF. A lot of players on the ITF, they're pretty good shot makers, but they don't have the power. If you have power when you're playing on the lower level, you'll quickly rise the ranks and quickly make it to the main tour, especially if you have a very strong and powerful serve. This is how someone like Alicia Parks, who didn't have a junior or ITF career, she really didn't. She really went straight into the pros because of that serve, her power. If you have power on the lower level, you'll quickly win championships and you'll quickly find a way on the main tour. However, if you're an amazing shot maker, a good defender, and you don't make a lot of mistakes, again, you're going to win championships. Zeynep has 4 lower-level ITF championships, and she now has a main Tour trophy to add to that collection. Congratulations. We take a look at the final statistics. Do we really need to take a look, guys? Because Sönmez, she got the job done, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the aces. She put on a service clinic, really, in the second set there. And you could tell her confidence was building. And it was lights out from there, guys. As she defeats Ann Lee, hugs her coach. Congratulations. Now, a little bit of shade here in the post-match interview. Ann Lee, as much of a sweetheart as she is, she didn't mean any harm by saying to Zeynep, is that how you pronounce it? I don't want to say it wrong. Completely honest. She wanted to get it correct. And I think Zeynep kind of took it personal because when she came to, give her victory speech, she would say to Ann Lee, Ann, is that how you say it? Is that how you pronounce it? Sönmez, stop it, okay? Ann Lee was just being sweet. She was being respectful. Don't take it personal. I mean, to get up there and say, Ann Lee, Ann, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But nonetheless, guys, we don't want to cloud the victorious ceremony from Sönmez. She deserves it. She played an amazing tournament, a beautiful spirit. And I'm just so glad. She said this took 15 years in the making. Congratulations. That puts her at maybe, a start time of around 7. I'm sure she started tennis earlier than that. But nonetheless, guys, this is, she said, one of her dreams. She's here on the big stage. Congratulations. I'm happy. I'm excited for her. Too bad for Ann Lee, but she's going to be back. She's got a lot of power. If she can just fine-tune that range a little bit, I think she'll be fine. Tennis in a minute. Like the video. Show some love. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about the WTA Finals and the weekend recap, okay? I also want to take a look at tomorrow's matches. Elena Rybakina taking on Queen. That's going to be a very, very good match. And what about Sabalenka versus Polini? We all remember that upset at the Indian Wells that I called for Polini over Sabalenka. Stay tuned. I'm going to have more predictions. And congratulations. That's right. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that trophy is called the Tree of Life. So that's going to be a beautiful beginning for Sönmez and what's to come on the WTA Tour. Mark my words, guys. I told you she would beat Korneva. I told you she would beat Ann Lee. And I'm going to tell you right now, you heard it first. And in matter of fact, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't followed me for a while, what did I tell you about Elena Rybakina? She's going to be dominant one day. She's in the WTA Finals. What did I tell you about Jasmine Polini? Exactly. She's in the WTA Finals. What did I tell you about Iga Swiatek as we go back? Yeah, she's here in the WTA Finals. What did I tell you about Sabalenka? She scares me. Once she figures us out, she's going to be dominant. She's here in the WTA Finals. What did I tell you about Barbora Krejcikova a long time ago? I said she's an amazing shot maker. She's very tactical. She's one of the best shot makers on tour. She's here in the WTA Finals. What did I tell you about big game Jessica P, a walking quarterfinal? She's here in the WTA Finals. What did I tell you about Coco, the future of tennis? Again, she's here in the WTA Finals, and she looks amazing. And what did I tell you about Queen Win? Guys, I know how to scout talent, and I know how to call it. Watch out for Sönmez. She's going to be here for a long time. And take your turkey flags, wave them around the head like a helicopter. Tennis in a minute. We'll be back.